title is shortcut to conform from base 16 to base 2 and vice versa. So that means the opposite of that is right. So you could use this shortcut to move from 216 and also 16 to 2. So let's actually have one example for that. So let's have these examples. So you have this number which is 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 0 1 1. It has point. Then on the right side of the point you have 1 1 1 1 and also 0 0 1 0. So this number is in base 2. You need to convert that number to base 16. So based on what we learned in previous classes, you could use method 1 and 2. You say, okay, first time use method 1, move from 10 to 10, then method 2, 10 to 16. So because this is a very big bit pattern in base 2, so definitely it will be actually take too many calculations. But the shortcut number 2 actually help us to get that in very easy way. So that is similar with the previous one, which is we used to move from 8 to 2 and vice versa. So here the only difference is here you split actually 4-digit from right side. So see, I actually just split 4-digit, 4 bits. So this is first 4. This is actually the next 4. This is actually the next 4. This is next 4, and this is next 4. Here there is just 2. You could actually add 2 0 on the left side. So definitely whenever you add 0 on the left side, it's not going to change the number. So similar with the previous shortcut, you just find these 4 digits in base 10. Whatever you got overall will be that number in base 16. Okay. So let's do that. So whatever you will get will be in base 16. You just need to find these split of 4 bits in base 10. So tell me, what is the 0, 0, 1, 0 in base 10? Again, similar method. Method number 1, you say all the time this number will be times 2 power 0, which is 1. This times 2 power 1, which is 2. This is times 2 power 2, which is 4. And this is all the time should be times 2 power 3, which is 8, right? So that means consider 8, 4, 2, 1. Then you have 0, 0, 0 here, and all the only things you actually stay there, because 0 times anything will be 0, right? You just have this one, which is 1 times 2. You will get actually 2, okay? So similar with that, you tell me what should be the next one, which is 4, 1. 4, 1 will be which number in base 10? 4, 1 is not 1. 4, 1 is not 1. So see, again, same story. This is 1, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, right? You have 8 plus 4, 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15, right? So in which letter we show 15? It should be F, right? Okay. So this should be F, right? So that means 4 actually 1 will be actually F in base actually 16. Just be careful. Whenever here you split with 4, definitely you could say the biggest digit you could make is 15 whenever 4 of them is 1. which is makes sense, right? In base 16, the biggest digit you could have is 15, which is the F. Okay, so that means it's actually again makes sense. Okay, I put the point here. So help me to get these 4 digit in base 10. What should be this number? 11, right? So again, you say 1, 2, 4, 8. 4 is 0, so you have 8, 10, and 11. So 11 is which letter we use for 11 in base 16? B. So it should be B. 11 is B. You put B, okay? So go to the next. What is the next, which is these 4 digit? What is this? What should be? So again, you have 1, 2, 4, 8. So you have 4 plus 2, you have 6, right? So how about this? How about this? So see this one? Yeah, 12. So see, this is 1 because 0 times 1 is 0. 2 times 0 times 2 is 0. So this is 4, this is 8. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 is which letter? C. Definitely right. How about the last 4 digits that we have here? Is 2. Yeah, you're right, actually, 2. If we double check our answer, it should be 2C, 6B, actually point F2, which is right, okay, in base 16, okay? So this is actually the shortcut number 2. So that means if we want to summarize the whole things that we learn, we just learn method 1 and 2 and also 2 shortcut. First we use to move from 2 to 6. Sorry, in the first shortcut, learn to move from 2 to 8. And the next one is actually move from 2 to 16, okay? So if I give the opposite of that again is right. So see if suppose you have these number 2C6BF2 in base 16 and I'm telling you what that number in base 2. So you know these actually shortcut, you say, okay, each of these digits should be represented with 4 bit, right? And that 4 bit binary should be represent these 2, which is in base 10, right? So that means 2 is 0, 1, 0 in base 2. So F is 4, 1 in actually in base actually 2. B is 1, 0, 1, 1. 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0. The C is 1, 0, 0, and 2 is 0, 0, 1, 0. So that means the opposite of that is actually works, right? You could move from 16 to 2, use again the same concept, right? So if we will have some example, which is I'm going to actually have the next example, which is it's moved to from 16 to 2, okay? So let I change the color. So this is the example that we have. So the number is 306 point D. That number is in base 16. So the question is what that number in base 2. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, probably 1 minute. So you try that and see if you could write this number that you see here on the left side and convert that to base 2 based on whatever we learn as a shortcut number 2. So if you want to do that, so definitely you could say, okay, if this is in base 16, definitely each of these digits I could represent with 4 bits, right? So I'm actually using this and say I want to move to base 2. The first question is, what is the D? D is which number in 16? I mean, it It is 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15. What is the D? Is 12 or 13 or 14 or 15? D. D. So see, you could remember in this way. You say, I'm writing here, you start with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, okay? So this is E, this is F. So D is 13, okay? So that means here you have 13. You need to actually represent 13, which is in base 10 with 4 digits. So that means you want to convert these 13, which is in base 10, to the base 2 with 4 bits. How you could do that? So again, you could use the same concept, right? You say in the binary, I have 1, 2, 4, 8, right? I want to make 13. What should be the number? So if I say 8 plus 4 is 12, so you need actually 1. So you put just 1 there. So that means 1, 1, 0, 1 is actually 13. So then you put the point. So now you tell me how I could make 6 with 4 digits in base 2. Tell me that 4 digits. What is that 4 digit which makes 6? So use this 1, 2, 4, 8. Yeah, so 6 should be these two, right? So you say, okay, 0, two of them should be 1 and 0, right? Which is 1, 2, 4, 8. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So there should be 6. So the next is 0. 0 is easy. You just put 1, 2, 3, 4. And what should be the next 3? So what is the 3 in base 2 represent with 4 digits? 3. Yeah, definitely. So you have 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So maybe we don't need this here. So that should be this number in base actually 2. So even if you want to test that, you say, okay, if this is in base 2, I want to move to 16, I need to split 4 digits, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. So what is this number in base 10? It is 13. 13 is D. So this is right. So maybe use this. So what is the next? Next is 6. So this is 6. That's right. What is the next is 0. What is the next is 3. So that means it should be right. Okay.